They told you St. Peter's Basilica is the holiest place on earth. They lied, because the holiest place is not above ground. It is buried nearly 20 feet below it, inside a forgotten Roman city of the dead that existed long before Christianity had power, protection, or legitimacy. What scientists uncovered down there does not just add context to Christian history, it completely rewrites how Christianity actually conquered the world. Picture this: you are standing inside St. Peter's Basilica. Marble stretches endlessly in every direction. Gold glows softly in the light. Every surface reflects authority, permanence, and control. The ceiling rises so high it almost disappears, engineered to make you feel small, humbled, and insignificant before something eternal. Above you stands one of the most influential religious buildings ever created, a symbol of faith, empire, and 2,000 years of dominance. But if you want to understand how Christianity truly rose from obscurity to global power, you do not look up, you look down. Because the real story of the Vatican does not begin with popes, councils, or crowns. It begins beneath your feet, in a place the Church quite literally built an empire to protect, a place that holds a secret almost 2,000 years old. Rewind to the 1st century. There is no Vatican, no Basilica, no Sacred Hill. Vatican Hill is just open land outside the walls of Rome, unimportant, unremarkable. And under Roman law, land outside the city walls has one primary purpose: the dead. Romans are forbidden to bury people inside the city, so instead they line the roads leading into Rome with tombs, mausoleums, and memorials, stone monuments designed to preserve identity, status, and legacy. Over generations, Vatican Hill becomes crowded with graves, a full necropolis, a literal city of the dead, merchants, artisans, freed slaves, Roman citizens, families carving their names into stone, hoping memory will outlast mortality. Then history moves on. Empires shift, religions change, the cemetery fades from memory, buried under layers of construction and time, until the 20th century. In the 1940s, Vatican workers began digging beneath St. Peter's Basilica to create burial space for a pope. Routine maintenance, nothing controversial. Then they hit stone, not rubble, not bedrock. Walls, carved inscriptions, roofed chambers, intact mausoleums. What they uncovered shocked even seasoned archaeologists: a perfectly preserved Roman necropolis sitting directly beneath the Vatican. Not symbolic ruins, not fragments, a real cemetery, with narrow stone streets winding between tombs, burial chambers still standing, frescoes intact, mosaics untouched, names carved clearly into marble. This was not legend. This was physical, undeniable archaeology. And at first, every tomb told the same story: pagan Rome, images of gods like Apollo and Dionysus, mythological scenes, symbols of wealth, success, and social rank. Roman beliefs about death and the afterlife were carved boldly into stone. But then something changed, quietly. A small fish symbol scratched into plaster, a simple cross etched discreetly into a wall, names without titles, no gods, no grand imagery, Christian symbols. And they weren't bold, they were hidden. Early Christians were not powerful. They were hunted, persecuted, executed publicly. Displaying faith openly could get you killed. So their presence in the necropolis is subtle, almost invisible unless you know exactly what to look for. Yet despite danger, they kept coming back, and not randomly. They kept returning to one exact place. At the center of the necropolis, archaeologists found something strange. Not a grand tomb, not a monument, not a structure meant to impress, a modest, unassuming memorial. Today it's called the Trophy of Gaius. What makes it extraordinary isn't how it looks, but how it was treated. As centuries passed, surrounding tombs were destroyed, rebuilt, or forgotten, but this structure was preserved. Walls were reinforced around it. Construction carefully avoided disturbing it. Someone made sure it survived. Why? The answer leads to one name: Peter. Near this structure, archaeologists uncovered a wall covered in graffiti. Not art, not decoration. Messages, names, symbols, short prayers, personal markings, carved by visitors across generations. Several explicitly reference Peter. In the ancient world, carving into stone was not casual. It was deliberate, permanent. It meant this place mattered enough to be remembered. And people were coming here long before Christianity had legal status, long before churches existed, long before Rome accepted the faith. They believed Peter was buried here. So was he. Human remains were discovered nearby, carefully wrapped and relocated in antiquity. After decades of study, in 1968, the Vatican announced that these bones were consistent with the traditional account of Peter's burial. Scholars remain cautious. There is no DNA confirmation. There is no modern forensic certainty. But here is the part most people misunderstand. Whether or not those bones belong to Peter matters less than this undeniable fact. This location was treated as sacred incredibly early, when Christianity was weak, illegal, and persecuted. This place was remembered through executions, the fall of Rome, chaos, invasions, and collapse. Memory survived when power did not. And then everything changed. In the 4th century, Christianity became legal, then protected, then dominant. And the very first monumental decision Christian leaders made was not theological, it was architectural. They built a basilica directly on top of this grave, not near it, not symbolically aligned with it, directly above it. Engineers leveled Vatican Hill, an enormous and unnecessary effort, unless the location itself was non-negotiable. The heart of the church was positioned precisely over the ancient memorial. The most important church in Christianity was built upward from a grave. That decision tells you everything about how power actually works. Authority does not appear from nothing. It anchors itself to memory. And the Vatican did not choose this place because it was holy. It became holy because people never stopped believing it mattered. And the story goes deeper. Another necropolis, the Via Triumphalis, has been uncovered within Vatican territory. More tombs, more inscriptions, more proof that the Vatican rests on layer after layer of history. And here is what destroys most conspiracy theories. The Vatican is not hiding any of this. They manage official archaeological offices, they publish peer-reviewed research, they allow guided tours. You can walk these streets yourself. The truth is not buried, it is just ignored. And think about how rare this continuity really is. Empires usually erase what came before them. They demolish, they rewrite, they replace old symbols with new ones. Rome itself did this repeatedly. Temples were torn down, statues were melted, names were chiseled away, but here something different happened. Instead of erasing the past, Christianity absorbed it. The Roman cemetery was not destroyed, it was preserved, enclosed, and elevated. Pagan graves remained intact beneath the Christian empire. Memory was not wiped out, it was built over. That alone tells you this was not accidental. The Vatican is not just a religious center, it is a layered historical document made of stone, soil, and silence. Every level tells a different chapter of power shifting hands, beliefs changing form, and people clinging to meaning even when they had nothing else. Very few places on earth allow you to stand in one spot and physically touch 2,000 years of uninterrupted human belief. That is what makes what is buried here truly unique. So what did scientists really find beneath the Vatican? Not secret chambers, not forbidden texts, not ancient technology. They found something far more powerful, proof that belief leaves physical traces, that memory reshapes geography, that sacredness is built, not declared. They found the moment a persecuted movement anchored itself to one place and refused to let it be forgotten. The Vatican is not just a church, it is a monument built on Rome's dead, on suffering, on persistence, on belief passed quietly from generation to generation. It is physical evidence of the exact moment Christianity stopped being just an idea and became a location. And the next time someone tells you the Vatican is hiding something underground, tell them this: they are not hiding it, they are standing on it. And what is buried there is not a conspiracy, it is history, raw, layered, and undeniable. If this changed how you see the Vatican, hit that like button. If you want more videos separating myth from archaeological reality, subscribe, because the ground beneath our civilizations holds stories far stranger than fiction.